Molly, good morning.
Good morning, guys.
We're starting to hear more about this British police or this agent that was him and his daughter that was, I guess, gassed with a nerve agent. What's going on here now?
That's it. We're talking about this poisoning that happened on March 4th. So it was the double agent, the former Russian spy turned British double agent, Sergei Skripal, and his daughter, Yulia. Now, since he was extradited and walked back to the UK, he's been living out in this quiet little English countryside city called Salisbury. On March 4th, he collapsed with his daughter. Now, the British government came out and said he was poisoned by a nerve agent called Novichok, and they blamed Russia directly. Now, for the last month, there's been tons of forensics teams and all sorts of theories about how this nerve agent was delivered and how it was, how the poison was kind of where it was put and all this stuff. What we are now finding out, the British police are saying actually Novichok, the highest concentration in Salisbury, was found on their front door handle. So there were lots of theories, McGraw, like it was in the car, it was at the restaurant, it was at the cemetery where Skripal's late wife and son were buried. But British police are now saying actually all of their attention is now focused on the doorknob. We still don't know, of course, then how it actually got from the doorknob necessarily into the Skripal's kind of bloodstream. And they're, of course, still in the hospital fighting for their lives.
It sounds like a Tom Clancy novel, like somebody knocked onto the door and they opened the door and there was this nerve gas.
It's extraordinary. The whole thing has been out of a Cold War spy novel for the last couple of weeks. Every detail is just kind of jaw-dropping. What's interesting about this, though, one security analyst was saying this morning, is that it could have been kind of a gloopy substance which was smeared on the door handle. Of course, the only way to get in and out of a home is to touch that door handle and open your door. So it was a pretty sure bet that he would have been touching that door handle. Now, with that gloopy substance, analysts are saying that would explain why there was a little bit of residue in the car and then later at the restaurant. Now, police have been saying, McGraw, for the last month that there is no public health risk, that people should not be worried. But, of course, it's a chemical attack by a military-grade nerve agent in a small English city. People were worried. British police are now saying that actually over kind of 100 people were contaminated in some way, shape, or form, but it's really just the two, Yulia and her father, Sergei, who remain in the hospital.
What's their prognosis? You said that they're fighting for their lives, but is there hope?
What we have heard from medical professionals is not hopeful. Now, we did speak with a former Russian scientist who was actually part of the program that developed Novichok back in Russia, and he says there's no cure. That, of course, there are factors, how much of it got in their bloodstream, how it was delivered, that may affect the outcome. But he says there was no cure. This is a deadly nerve agent designed to kill. With that said, they are still alive. They are still in a highly specialized facility here in the UK, and we'll just have to wait and see.
Molly Hunter, thanks for checking in. Be safe and watch out for doorknobs out there.
Nah.
ABC